I know exactly what it feels like to be lost, to want to quit every day of your life. And that's kind of what created me. So on my bad days, that's where all this taking souls and shit comes from. So on my bad days, I had to imagine a false reality. So for me, for instance, I was 300 pounds. A lot of you guys know my backstory. And a black kid, I was the only 36th African-American Navy SEAL in over 80 years. So think about this though. Think about how I wanted to quit. I was afraid of the water. My favorite meal was chocolate milkshakes with chocolate donuts. I didn't run, and I was afraid of the water, and I was 300 pounds. And I have a pipe dream of going to go be a Navy SEAL. Every morning I woke up, and I had less than 3 months to lose 106 pounds to get into the Navy. Every morning I woke up, I wanted to quit. During runs, I quit. During my diet, I quit. During swims, I quit. I quit every single day during this 2.5 months. But at the end of the day, what kept me going was I saw a video of 18 men graduating from Navy SEALs training. And all I thought about was, what if my black ass can be up there on that stage one day and I can pull off this miracle that no one saw. There wasn't no social media. There wasn't no watch David Goggins lose 106 pounds in 2.5 months. There wasn't no, diet plan and shit. No, there was nothing. No one saw it, but I knew it. I saw it. The whole accountability mirror that I talk about and Can't Hurt Me, every morning I woke up, I had a real conversation with that dirty mirror. And every day, the same answer came back to me. Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't? And so every day I kept saying that. And before I knew it, 2.5 months later, I lost the weight and I was going to Navy SEAL training. We're all 1% away. And that's the one thing I didn't realize when I was younger coming up. I put everybody on a fucking pedestal because of how I came up. Oh, this person's smarter than me, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the whole story. But when I sat back and I failed out of the Air Force trying to be a pararescueman, and I gained all that weight, and I was some fat ass 300-pound pest control guy spraying for cockroaches. This is when I came up with we're only 1% away from true greatness. I'm sitting there and I'm the same dude that I was that quit pararescue. And now I'm a 300-pound fat ass. And then 3 months later, I'm trying out to be a Navy SEAL. Lost 106 pounds. So what I came up with was there's a big difference between 99% and 100. I always thought that I was given 100%. I wasn't. But I was only 1% from making that money, from being where I want to be, from having everything in life that I've ever dreamed of. But it's that 1% that we sleep on. It's that 1% that we wake up in that morning, we're like, you know what? Not today, maybe tomorrow. Well, guess what? That's why it's so easy to be great nowadays, because most motherfuckers are weak. And if all you do is when you are trying to hit that snooze button on life, not in the morning, on life, just know this, all it takes is thinking about all those weak motherfuckers who are taking a day off. And trust me, you will come up real fast. Like I say, it's easy to be great nowadays because motherfuckers are just weak, very soft. When I was 300 pounds, people think, oh, you really thought you could be a Navy SEAL? No. I think I was gonna lose the weight. But what it was how I was able to get over all the failure and all the embarrassment of failing was I told myself, you are gonna have to learn how to get up extremely fast because you are gonna have a million setbacks on this journey. And that's how I literally taught myself how to fail first. because I knew that if I was afraid of failure, I would have never been able to be a Navy SEAL. I would have never been able to get to where I'm at today. So I went through, and I literally at 300 pounds, or 297 to be exact, I sat back and I visualized how this journey is gonna look. In the first several months was nothing but failure. So how am I gonna get up the next morning when I failed the day before? How am I gonna eat this meal when I failed and I got fries and a milkshake again when I was supposed to get grilled chicken and rice? So I went through and I taught myself how to fail. And when you do that, you're able to get up extremely fast, and you no longer care about the end result, because you know, if I want to be way up here, it's going to take a bunch of small micro failures along the way. But you have to understand that that is part of the process. When you want to achieve the highest goal of all time, you are going to have to learn how to get your ass kicked all the way up that damn mountain. And then when you get up the mountain, the oxygen up there is very thin. It's hard to breathe. So it's not a lot of fun up there either. So all the way, if you want to be successful, you got the bottom that sucks, the middle is extremely hard, and the top, it sucks worse than all of it. So you better learn how to get the oxygen at the very top. The first thing you have to do is just to calm your mind down. The very first thing you have to do is don't give yourself a way out. Okay. You gotta trick yourself also and say, you know what, I might quit, but I'm not gonna quit right now. Yeah, I might quit, but not now. Okay. So that kind of calms your mind down. Because if your mind knows, I'm not gonna quit, it starts spazzing out even more. You're not gonna quit, let your mind think it has a little control over you. Give it a little cookie. Give it a little cookie, and then you can start processing. Sit there, calm it down, process. That's the first step in the whole journey, is you cannot spaz out when things get hard. And then, when you're able to calm down, you're able to think. If you're under a panic situation and your mind is spastic, are you in control? No one is. And that's what I realized. The worst decisions I make in my entire life is when my mind has said, let's get the hell out of here. We're done, this sucks, I'm over it. So that's the first thing in the whole process. And then realize, I call it the cookie jar. Something I invented years ago is you have to have something that fuels you in this time. So once you calm down, what's gonna get you out of the chair? What's gonna get you moving forward? You gotta remember that I've been in times just as hard as this. So I reflected back on my life. I had a rough childhood, a rough upbringing that I talk a lot about in my book. So basically that's kind of what I use these different tools to get myself from point A to point B, and it's a process. And that's the mentality that you must have if you want to be great. And the thing about greatness is this, the sad thing about it, most of us never even think about it because we don't believe it's even in our arena. We think greatness is Michael Jordan or Tom Brady or Serena Williams, whoever it is. People have a lot of money. You have to put that shit in your Rolodex. Until you start to think that way, whatever you think about, trust me, it will become exactly who the you are. I want to be the hardest motherfucker ever lived. Am I that? It doesn't matter. I don't care. That was my goal when I was a 300-pound piece of shit. I think I'm not too far away from that motherfucker now. But that said, you gotta put that shit on the table. If you don't, it's not going to happen. Like I said, am I the baddest motherfucker out there? Probably not. But I put it out there. So then I am that much closer to that. So that's what keeps me hungry every day. I'm leaving nothing out there for anybody to have. And that's the mentality that we all must have if you're searching for true greatness within yourself. Always hungry. So when I started figuring out what I want to be in life, I want to be a leader. I want to be the leader, like I said, when a fire breaks out, they look at you. And what that means is this. It was Wednesday of my second hell week. We had been up the whole time, hadn't gotten any sleep. And so there's about 3 boat crews left, which means there's not many people left. Like over, I don't know, 80, 90 people have quit. We're down to just 3 boat crews. So we go into the med check, and they go in, they check us out. Everybody is hypothermic, everybody's all jacked up. And Wednesday, you're a zombie. That's what the pass down. So the pass down is through years. They tell you on Wednesday you're a zombie. You're walking around like this because you don't want your clothes to touch you because you're soaking wet. You just got out of the ocean and you're just pissing on yourself to get warm. So basically what happens is you go to med check. They have these aid crates. The aid crates have your nice dry clothes in them. But what happens is the instructors are there putting water in them. So those dry clothes are now wet. And all the students are just like poopy pants. Like, I gotta put these wet clothes on. They're putting them on slow, and the instructors are yelling. But now, the instructors know that they're zombies because the instructors were zombies on Wednesday, so they're giving us a little bit of leash. This goes somewhere, so let's work with me for a second. So we got 3 boats. Boat crew 1, boat crew 2, and the Smurf crew. The Smurf crew has a Smurf on the front of the boat because they're the shortest guys in the class. So boat crew 1, they're the tallest guys. Boat crew 2, the second tallest guys, and so on and so forth. There's only 3 boat crews up here. So everybody gets under their boat, and they're standing there with the boat on top of their head, and everybody's doing this shit. I look back, I am up. My feet, my hands, my neck, my whole body's just messed up. And I'm looking at, like everything's slowed down. I'm looking at all these people under these boats, and they're just sitting there jackhammering, and heads are down, and the motivation is gone. And I said, David, this is exactly where you wanted to. This is your time. This is your time. You're amongst the baddest motherfuckers in the world right now. And everybody's up. This is my internal dialogue right now. What are you gonna do, man? This is your shot, man. This is your shot. I'm in the front of the boat crew. The front of the boat is the heaviest part of the boat. I'm looking at my boat crew, and they're all just, I want this to end. But it's not gonna end until Friday. We got 2 more days of this shit. So I'm like in the front of the boat. I'm like, you know what, man? So the instructors are at boat crew 1. They're saying, all right, pick the boat up. And we've been picking this boat up now forever, but now for some reason, no one can pick the boat up. So here they are. And it's going back to their head. So I'm looking at I go, okay, look, guys. So I turn around my boat crew. There's 5 guys behind me. I said, look, motherfucker, don't be a punk today. I want you to look at these instructors because they were where we were years ago, under these boats. And I want them to think about, they'd never seen a boat crew like boat crew 2. We're gonna take their mother souls today. So I start to juice these and so we get juiced up. False motivation becomes what? Real motivation. So now they're starting to feel the juice. So the instructors come by, all right, boat crew 2, but right now, boat crew 2 has said, f it. We're gonna pick the boat up before you tell us to pick the boat up. So the boat's up. Now we're starting to boat press it. And all we're saying is you can't hurt boat crew 2. And now our boat crew puts the boat down. They let us put the boat down because we showed something that no one else had. So by us putting out more, we got a chance to rest. So as we're resting, I turn around to our boat crew. It says, all these instructors, I want to make sure from Wednesday to Friday, they cannot sleep with their wives because they're thinking about boat crew 2. You want to be that one that every day, whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, you lost every dime, your mom died, your dad died. You come and you bring the energy that it takes to make a team function at the highest level every day. And that's the person you want to be every day of your life. I was born with nothing, but I realized that most people are lazy. So a lot of people, let's say out of 10%, let's say the average human being has 10%. Let's give me 2%. I know the average human being is going to shit away 9 of that 10%. So if I utilize my 2%, I just f***ed you up. And that's what people don't get. Maximize minimal potential. People look at me and say, man, that's bullshit. You got a lot of potential. No, I have a lot of accomplishments that I utilize my maximum potential. I maximize every bit I have to be where I'm at today. That's why I'm not balanced. I don't take days off. I don't have that wiggle room that some people do. And a lot of you don't either. So you gotta make that shit up somewhere. Maximize minimal potential. All right, there's a phrase I always say, and this phrase needs to stick with you for the rest of your life. There's a lot of people who wanna go back, watch the game, get a drink, bag it. They wanna bag the rest of the day. But the question is, are you done yet? Are you truly finished with what you came to do? And so my phrase that I've said to myself for a lot of years, and I say it in the darkest of times, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. So remember that. Are you done? A lot of you are not done. So don't sit back and be that bad team member, because everybody's watching you and everybody's gonna know you bagged it. This is all part of being a leader. Being a leader sucks. You do everything in life that you do not want to do. You are unhappy 90% of your life. But that means that other people are eating because of you. They're living because of you. They're achieving because of you. So are you really in that bad a shape? So make a decision tonight. Do you want to be a leader? Or do you want to be that person who just bags it and does their own shit? And then you can ask yourself that question when you go home after bagging it. Look in that dirty mirror and ask yourself one question. Do I really have what it takes to be a leader? I'll answer that question for you. No.